If you learnt Flee, you don't need to put the dagger on, but if you did, then you do. If you didn't, then you do. Equip menu, open the equipment, go into Zidane, just press X and put a dagger on, come back out. Easy, easy, easy. Talk to this guy, pass on through. So, it's a good idea to split this screen. Not essential, but you can. Head down here. Again, PC, don't worry about it. Oh. And this is why we made sure we put the dagger on, because these random battles can be really annoying to deal with if you haven't got if you haven't learnt Flee yet. Okay, so Zagnols are an example of something that you shouldn't basic attack, because they can counter you if they cast Electric or Electrocute. So when you talk to Ramu here, it's 2 text boxes, so XX, XX, no, or I give up, and then you can leave. Just fast forward this bit. When passing through this next screen, you want to hug the left wall, or else you can get an extra chunk of dialogue that you don't really want. If you run straight down the middle, then you get caught in an argument with all those NPCs in the middle. You're going to head straight towards the trade district. And then fast forward it for a bit. I'm going to go speak to Uncle Sid, and he's going to give us some money. And then we're going to head straight to the synth shop, and we're going to make an exploder. So if you didn't equip the dagger because you either forgot or because you already learnt Flee or whatever, be careful, because you will be able to make a butterfly sword here. Don't mash too hard. You don't want to make one of these. If you do, you won't be able to make an exploder because you'll have used one of the mage mashers needed to make it. You can go to the weapon store across the road and buy a new mage masher to make an exploder, but you'll have to make a mental note that you've already done that, and you'll buy one less in Black Mage Village, blah, 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 blah. Or you can just not buy the exploder and fight Lani with the ogre. It's a little bit slower, but it's not that much worse. But what it actually means is that you can't go for lucky 7s, and that sucks. So when you're done with all this dialogue, we're going to come into Dragon's Gate for the second time. And there's going to be another vendor here. Going to buy. I'm going to go down 1, R1, buy a Mithril Helm. R1, down 11 softs. L1 back up, down to Adam Invest, and buy that. That's going to allow us to leave. I kind of want to just run for this, man. I'm not looking forward to doing the either fucking stutter step, man. I can't be fucked. I don't want to stutter step today. Rezo used to run. Rezo's more of a man than I'll ever be. Hello, Mythic. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well, my dude. Just hold up, smile, and then up and then left. Nice. I'm really good at this game. Oh, you're in Disneyland, right? So if you are quick, you can head up here and grab the frog before it moves. Mythic shake, and then head back round. Talk to El Quinner. Give him a name. Something appropriate, like Mythic. Yeah, man, what a champ. Okay, so after all this dialogue, we'll do a quick menu. It's just optimize the Dan. L1 to get to Quinna and put headgear on. Should always be in slot 2. Go down to order, wrap round the top, put him in the back row. Because we're never going to be using basic attacks with Quinna, putting him in the back row just means that he's more resilient to physical attacks. Okay, we're getting to the best bit. So we're going to have to run away from the Armored Dullahan shortly, and there is an easy way to do this. First, we're going to do is hug the top, and then we're going to sort of like scoot towards the bottom, and then we're going to hug the bottom. So hold up right, get to the wall, and then you can either stop to like make room. It's sort of like manual timing, or I like to sort of run into the wall a little bit, slow my character down a bit. However you want to do it. So you want to hold right and then down right a bit, sort of that sort of angle should let you through without any trouble. Not quite against the wall, but almost. Then just hold down right until you get most of the way down the corridor. About here, and you can just hold right. No time. Okay, coming up is Lani, and now this is one of the most complicated fights in the game. Well, it's not, I guess, but it's one of the most interesting fights. So, we've got good ATB, perfect. In fact, I can't really use this over and over again. So, everyone wants to go for lucky sevens, and everyone should go for lucky sevens. There are a few things that you need to look for before you can decide whether or not you can go for lucky sevens. First things is Zidane obviously needs to have good ATB. If Zidane has good ATB, then Vivi needs to have good ATB. If both of those had good ATB, you ideally want Dagger also to have good ATB. And when I say good ATB, I mean at least 40%. As long as you've got about 40%, that's good enough. So with the ATB that we've got, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cast it. Hopefully, I mean, as much as I would love to hit luckies, we hope we don't hit it, so I can show you the strategies. So I'm just going to go ahead and queue lucky sevens, and then I'm going to hold ATB with Vivi on Blizzara like this. Okay, cool. So we hit sevens. I'm going to make a save state. So the way that we can recover from this financially is we're going to use Blizzara to deal the damage that we're missing from not hitting triple sevens. So 7 and 77 are both the same, and they're pretty bad. But it's not the end of the world. If we hit triple sevens, we don't need to use this Blizzara. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Blizzara, and then instantly use an attack with Dagger. The reason we're using the attack with Dagger is we're making it so that if she decides to use a quick attack next turn, we're going to be able to give Vivi enough time to get his ATB back so that we can do the trick that we need to do on the next turn. So we'll do that, and we'll swing. When Zidane comes back round, I'm just going to queue him to attack as well. So I'm going to quickly shift over now, queue an attack, and sit on Quinna like this. Okay, so she's casting anyway, so we're all good. So once Vivi's got his ATB, I'm going to hold. So she has currently taken about what, 800 damage? No, she's taken one Zidane swing. No. How much is she taking? No, she's taken like 800 damage, right? So the way that Lani works is that when she is pushed over 50%, we're going to be hitting that 50% quite a bit more, don't you worry. When she goes over 50%, she interrupts the fight completely and counterattacks by saying, "Why aren't you giving up?" She loses her place in the ATB queue. So if you think that whenever you tell someone to do something in battle, you enter your abilities onto a stack from the top down, and they're resolved bottom up. What happens when she says, "Why aren't you giving up?" is she is taken from where she is and reapplied to the top of the stack. So if you queue something and then she goes after you, and then you get pushed above 50% while queuing something else, she will then get pushed above you again, if you can imagine that. So what we're going to do I have no idea what you're saying. Nanda kira metai nanda eh. That's minging, mate. So we're gonna eke Zidane through here because we want to try and give him 2 turns this turn. He's gonna attack. She's gonna be on around 2100 damage taken here. So she needs to take about 600 more. Well, she's taking the 2 from dagger as well, so about 400 damage, which thankfully is just a bit under what Blizzard deals. We're gonna... The problem that we have is that because she's so fast, we need to do everything that we can to make sure that Zidane is going to get all of his ATB back before the damage for Blizzara has gone through. So we're going to use Quina's Change, followed by a Blizzara, to manage our ATBs. So I'm going to let Zidane's ATB flow a little bit, like that. So he's got a little bit. Then I'm going to hit Change, and then I'm going to start mashing X to get the Blizzara through, okay? Like that. Normally Dagger's dead here, so you wouldn't have to worry about this, but I'm going to have to change my character and swing. So now she's going to say, why aren't you giving up? And Zidane's going to have an additional turn. Like that. That is how you stop yourself from losing a shitload of time to Lucky Sevens while it fails. If Lucky Sevens doesn't work, that is the strategy that you want to go for. And then because she's casting here, I'm going to wait for Zidane to come back round. I'm going to swing. And then if he misses, this Blizzara will kill. Hopefully we don't get the same ATBs. Okay, so our ATB is a little bit different this time, which means we're on different seed. Nice. So these ATBs are still good. Vivi will definitely still be able to get his turn. Dagger is a little bit iffy. Having to like tab through Quina can be a little bit tricky as well, but we're still going to go for it. So I'm going to roll Lucky Sevens, quickly switch to Vivi and hold. Okay, so this time, perfect. This is great. We hit 777s this time. Next save state. So this time, we don't need to use the Blizzara. So this one's the second best option, but we still want to swing with Dagger to make sure that Zidane is able to get his ATB back in time. So we'll swing. We'll switch to Quina again. Squeezing through. Oh wait, no, he's still doing scan. Squeezing through. Little bit of ATB, switch change, black magic. And then swing. So why aren't you giving up? And then once again, Zidane should have an extra turn. There he goes. So if she goes for a quick attack here, which again she didn't. If she goes for a quick attack, I'd just cue the Blizzara because I'm not sure if Zidane would be able to get his attack in time. I'm going to put a Blizzara behind it just in case Zidane misses here. Nice. Oh, there's the crit. It's worth noting that if you crit at any time on the wrong turn, then it just fucks everything up as well. So the other thing that you can do is I'm going to pretend this time that Vivi has no ATB. And there is another strategy that you can kind of go for. I'm going to cue Zidane's swing. $1,500. It's a little bit too high, unfortunately. If you low roll with Zidane twice, the same sort of strategy can be applied. Basically, if two Zidane attacks both hit under 1,400, 1,400 or 14 and 12, you actually leave her under 50%. So that you can then use the Blizzara to squeeze him in again. Extra attack or something like that. I'm going to try and set up the scenario. Here we go. So Vivi's not getting in this turn, so we just swing. And we low rolled. Cool. So I'm going to do a little save state. I don't think we're going to get him in. Yeah, okay, so we got the scan. Let's pretend that Dagger had a basic attack there or something, I don't know. So now we can go for the same strategy as long as we don't hit 1500. There we go. So she's still now below 50%. Okay, so the same idea. I was too slow. Yeah, you saw how quickly she got her ATB. I think that was on this one. It's worth noting that you never actually want to just give her turns. You should always be dealing some damage to it. I'm just using this as a demonstration. So this is without lucky sevens, that you can still go for the skip. If you can try and keep a mental image of where 50% is for her, you can go if the second attack that you do doesn't push her. Oh god. And this is when things start to get risky. So that was actually a counter attack. Oh, nice dodge. The other thing that you can do is if Zidane doesn't get any good ATB, so let's pretend this time that Vivi's got good ATB and Zidane doesn't. Oh, that won't do. I keep getting the same seed. Yeah, I don't think Vivi's going to get a turn here. No. Okay, let's pretend that Zidane's ATB is really, really bad. Oh, Blizzara. Attack. And then I can queue this because that's now going to go next turn. Because it was so delayed. So now we're in the same situation. Basically, it's as if we've done triple sevens. We'll swing. We have to go through, and then we'll just queue it down when it comes back around. So an example of she's now not giving Zidane a turn, so well, maybe he would have had a turn actually. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd probably choose the Blizzara to make sure she dies. But yeah, like, the fight has a lot of different routes, and it should never cost more than 3 turns, even with going for lucky sevens.